Welcome back to our channel. Today we uncover the fascinating life of Lavinia Warren, one of history's most extraordinary figures. Known as the Lilliputian Queen, Lavinia defied societal expectations and turned her unique stature into a source of fame and fortune. From her humble beginnings in a small town to becoming a global sensation under the spotlight of P.T. Barnum, her story is one of resilience, ambition, and love. Along the way, she faced personal tragedies, navigated dramatic relationships, and captivated audiences worldwide with her charm and talent. Join us as we delve into the untold chapters of her career, her family, and her enduring legacy. Lavinia Warren's early years were anything but ordinary. Born on October 31st, 1841, in Middleborough, Massachusetts, she entered the world with proportional dwarfism caused by a pituitary gland issue. Her petite stature quickly set her apart in a world that often misunderstood her condition. Yet even as a baby, Lavinia was remarkable, not just for her size, but for the bright spirit she carried. Her hometown of Middleborough, a small New England community, became the backdrop for her formative years, where her resilience and determination began to shine. Among her many siblings, only one shared her unique condition, her younger sister, Minnie. This shared experience created an unbreakable bond between the two, a relationship built on understanding and mutual support in a world that likely felt isolating at times. Minnie became Lavinia's closest confidant, and together they navigated the challenges of growing up with dwarfism in a society that often viewed them with a mix of curiosity and misunderstanding. But Lavinia's condition was not a limitation for her. It was merely a part of who she was. At just 16 years old, she proved her determination and intellect by becoming a school teacher. Standing at only 32 inches tall, she often resembled her students more than their instructor. Imagine the contrast: a tiny woman commanding a classroom with a voice full of authority and a presence that demanded respect. This image alone reflects her indomitable spirit and refusal to let societal perceptions define her potential. Her role as a teacher marked the beginning of her journey to redefine what was possible, setting the stage for the extraordinary life that lay ahead. Lavinia's early years were not just a foundation for her resilience, but also a testament to her determination to rise above societal expectations. While her condition set her apart from her peers, it also fueled her desire to prove herself. Lavinia's family, recognizing her sharp intellect and boundless curiosity, ensured she received an education that nurtured her potential. Although details about her schooling are scarce, it's clear that her journey toward becoming a teacher began with a discipline and tenacity that few could match. Her passion for learning and her ability to adapt to the world around her hinted at the extraordinary life she would later lead, a life where she would continue to challenge perceptions and redefine limitations. Lavinia's family shaped much of her perspective and strength. Growing up in a bustling household with numerous siblings, she likely found comfort in the familiarity of family life. However, her closest bond was with Minnie, the only sibling who truly understood what it meant to live with proportional dwarfism. Together, they navigated a world that viewed them with a mix of curiosity and misunderstanding. This shared experience not only deepened their connection, but also provided Lavinia with a sense of solidarity, a reminder that she was never alone in her journey. Living with dwarfism in the 19th century was not without its challenges, and for Lavinia Warren, these difficulties often manifested in deeply personal and heartbreaking ways. While she approached life with determination and optimism, the reality of her condition carried with it significant fears, many of which she would confront in moments of profound tragedy. Perhaps the most devastating of these was the loss of her younger sister Minnie, whose tragic death left an indelible mark on Lavinia's life. Minnie, like Lavinia, had always dreamed of living a fulfilling life, embracing joy and ambition despite the societal and physical limitations imposed on her. She found love and envisioned a future of happiness, but her journey was cut tragically short. When Minnie gave birth to a full-sized baby, the immense strain on her tiny frame became too much to bear. The physical toll of childbirth, compounded by the medical limitations of the time, proved fatal, and she passed away shortly after. For Lavinia, this loss was not just the shattering of a cherished sibling bond, but also a haunting reminder of the fragility of their shared condition. Minnie's death underscored the immense risks that childbirth posed for individuals with dwarfism, highlighting the delicate balance between pursuing a normal life and the inherent dangers their bodies faced. It forced Lavinia to confront her own fears about motherhood, fears that were now rooted not only in medical theory, but in the lived reality of losing her sister. The emotional weight of Minnie's passing was immense. Lavinia, who had always been a source of strength for her family, found herself grappling with a grief that was both personal and existential. Her beloved sister, who had been her closest confidant and someone who truly understood her experiences, was gone. Yet even in her sorrow, Lavinia's resilience shone through. She carried Minnie's memory with her, using the pain of that loss to fuel her determination to live a life that honored her sister's dreams. Minnie's death also resonated beyond Lavinia's personal sphere, offering a poignant reflection on the medical and societal struggles faced by individuals with disabilities during that era. It highlighted the limited understanding and support available for people with unique physical needs, emphasizing just how remarkable Lavinia's own achievements were in light of such challenges. For audiences of today, this chapter of Lavinia's life serves as a reminder of her incredible strength, not just as a performer, but as a woman who endured profound personal loss while continuing to inspire those around her. This event had a lasting impact on Lavinia, instilling a fear of becoming a mother herself. Despite her love for children, she was acutely aware of the risks her small frame posed. Minnie's death underscored the fragility of their bodies, but it also highlighted Lavinia's remarkable ability to find strength in the face of unimaginable loss. This tragic chapter in her life not only deepened her resolve, but also shaped the cautious, pragmatic approach she took toward her own future. Lavinia Warren's rise to stardom began in an unexpected yet fortuitous way through a family connection. Her cousin, a showboat owner on the Mississippi River, recognized the unique appeal of her petite stature and offered her a spot in his Museum of Living Wonders. While the concept might seem exploitative by today's standards, in the 19th century, it was a chance for Lavinia to transform societal curiosity into opportunity. Marketed as the Lilliputian queen, Lavinia captivated audiences with her grace and charm, proving she was far more than just a spectacle. Her performances, which included singing, dancing, and witty banter with guests, made her an instant star aboard the showboat. Lavinia Warren found her sense of belonging in her cousin's Museum of Living Wonders, where she quickly emerged as the star performer. Despite being surrounded by other so-called wonders, who were often much taller than her, Lavinia's charisma and talent shone brighter than ever. Among the many performers, she formed a particularly close bond with Sylvia Hardy, famously known as the Giantess from Maine. The unlikely pair, one towering and the other petite, captivated audiences as they performed together, their unique dynamic drawing even more attention to the show. Offstage, their friendship blossomed, and the two often shared a bed while the showboat traveled up and down the Mississippi River. Their camaraderie was a testament to Lavinia's ability to connect with people from all walks of life, turning what could have been an isolating experience into one filled with genuine companionship. This friendship only added to her growing reputation as not just a performer, but someone who inspired and united others. The success of her cousin's venture quickly brought Lavinia into the public eye. Word of her talent spread, and soon one of the biggest names in entertainment, P.T. Barnum, took notice. Barnum, known for his knack for discovering unique talents, immediately saw Lavinia's potential and brought her into his famed American Museum. This move catapulted her career to new heights. Under Barnum's management, Lavinia became a central figure in his attractions, drawing crowds eager to see the diminutive woman with an outsized presence. Barnum's American Museum was already home to several proportional dwarfs, including two very eligible bachelors, George Washington Morrison Nutt, famously known as Commodore Nutt, and General Tom Thumb, whose real name was Charles Sherwood Stratton. When Lavinia Warren agreed to join Barnum's illustrious troupe, she quickly became part of a tiny yet tempestuous love triangle that captivated both the public and the press. Barnum, always a master of spectacle, ensured that Warren was showcased in the grandest way possible. He adorned her with a splendid wardrobe and exquisite jewelry, presenting her as the epitome of elegance and sophistication. The New York-based American Museum became the perfect stage for Warren to display her unique charm and talents. Visitors from across the country flocked to see her, marveling at her poise, grace, and charisma. Warren's appeal was undeniable. She was an instant sensation, drawing crowds that filled the museum daily. Her performances generated up to $3,000 per day, an astronomical figure at the time, and a testament to the magnetic presence she brought to every show. With Barnum's keen eye for promotion and Warren's natural ability to enchant audiences, she became one of the museum's biggest attractions, solidifying her place as a star unlike any other. Lavinia's charm extended far beyond the stage, creating an undeniable ripple effect on her audiences and the media alike. Her innate ability to connect with people went beyond mere entertainment. It was personal, heartfelt, and unforgettable. Crowds often flocked to see her not just for her performances, but to experience the warmth and authenticity she brought to every appearance. Lavinia had a unique gift for making people feel seen, whether she was dazzling large audiences or sharing a brief but meaningful exchange with an admirer. Fans often remarked on how approachable she was, with letters and published testimonials praising her for her kindness and grace. At public events, Lavinia's interactions became the stuff of legend. Newspapers described her as captivatingly eloquent and impossibly endearing, while fans were known to wait in line for hours just to catch a glimpse of her. Her natural charisma and sharp wit made every conversation memorable, and the media eagerly covered these moments, amplifying her reputation as both a performer and a people's icon. For instance, during one public engagement, a young fan wrote in a letter to her local paper, "Meeting Lavinia was like meeting a queen, but one who made you feel like royalty yourself." This heartfelt connection was part of what made her so beloved. Lavinia wasn't just a symbol of resilience. She embodied hope and inspiration for anyone who felt different or underestimated. Through her poise and authenticity, she redefined what it meant to be a star, not untouchable, but profoundly human. Her ability to draw people in both on and off the stage solidified her as a cultural icon whose impact resonated far beyond her performances. Lavinia Warren's rise to fame was nothing short of extraordinary, fueled by a combination of remarkable talent, unshakable charisma, and an ability to redefine societal expectations. Her performances were more than mere spectacles. They were deeply moving demonstrations of resilience and ambition. Every time Lavinia stepped onto the stage, she carried with her a message that perceived limitations could be turned into strengths. Through her singing, dancing, and captivating presence, she created an experience that left audiences mesmerized, their preconceived notions about individuals with dwarfism shattered in an instant. What truly set Lavinia apart was her eloquence and poise. She wasn't just a performer, but also a storyteller who engaged audiences with her sharp wit and graceful demeanor. Many fans were left awestruck by her ability to hold their attention, not just with her artistry, but with the authenticity she exuded in every moment. As one 19th century newspaper put it, her charm lies not only in her stature, but in the way she carries herself, elegant, confident, and undeniably captivating. Her shows were a blend of entertainment and inspiration, making her a beacon of hope for anyone who felt constrained by society's narrow standards. The financial rewards of her career were as impressive as her performances. Lavinia reportedly earned up to $3,000 a day, a staggering sum for her time, proving that her value transcended the stage. Audiences from all walks of life willingly paid to witness her shows, and her presence often sold out venues faster than any other act in P.T. Barnum's legendary lineup. Her immense earning power was not just a reflection of her popularity, but a testament to the unmatched impact she had on her fans and the broader public. Beyond the numbers, Lavinia's success symbolized something far greater, a redefinition of what it meant to be a star in the 19th century. She didn't achieve fame by conforming to societal expectations, but by embracing her individuality and sharing it unapologetically with the world. Her ability to break barriers and reshape public perception cemented her as one of history's most inspiring figures, her story continuing to resonate with audiences even today. Her career wasn't just a personal triumph, it was a groundbreaking moment for performers like her. Lavinia Warren turned what others might have viewed as a disadvantage into a platform for fame and financial success. More importantly, she showed the world that talent, determination, and personality could outshine physical differences, setting a powerful example for generations to come. Lavinia Warren's relationships were as fascinating as her career, filled with drama, love, and moments that captured the public's imagination. Her romantic life began with P.T. Barnum played the role of matchmaker, attempting to pair her with Commodore Nutt, a fellow performer known for his charm and youthful enthusiasm. Despite his clear affection for her, Lavinia saw Commodore Nutt as nothing more than a friend. While he was smitten, she remained unmoved, politely resisting Barnum's efforts to spark a romance between them. The real love story of Lavinia's life began when she met General Tom Thumb, whose real name was Charles Sherwood Stratton. Thumb was already a celebrated performer in Barnum's troupe, and his charisma and confidence quickly won Lavinia's heart. The two fell deeply in love, a connection that was undeniable to everyone around them. Their romance blossomed into a grand affair, culminating in one of the most spectacular weddings of the 19th century. The wedding, held at Grace Episcopal Church in New York City, was nothing short of a dazzling spectacle. More than 2,000 attendees, including some of the most prominent celebrities, socialites, and influential figures of the era, packed the pews, eager to witness the union of two of Barnum's most celebrated stars. Described by the media as the wedding of the century, the event was a grand celebration of love, resilience, and individuality, captivating a nation longing for moments of joy amidst turbulent times. The public's fascination with Lavinia Warren and General Tom Thumb was unparalleled. Crowds lined the streets outside the church, hoping to catch a glimpse of the radiant bride in her elegant gown and the dashing groom by her side. Reporters from major newspapers jostled for prime positions, eager to capture every detail of the ceremony. Headlines the following day described it as a fairy tale wedding, with articles praising the couple for their charm and grace. President Abraham Lincoln himself added to the prestige of the occasion by extending a personal invitation to the newlyweds to visit the White House. When Lavinia and Tom arrived in Washington, D.C., their presence created a media frenzy. Their meeting with the president was a light-hearted and heartwarming affair, offering a moment of levity during a time of national conflict. Lavinia later recounted Lincoln's warm demeanor and sense of humor, remarking how he referred to the couple as a perfect example of how God likes to do funny things. The wedding wasn't just a personal milestone for Lavinia and Tom. It was a cultural moment that resonated deeply with the American public. In an era where differences were often met with discrimination, their celebration of love stood as a powerful symbol of acceptance and resilience. Letters flooded in from fans across the country, congratulating the couple and expressing admiration for their courage and authenticity. One admirer wrote in a widely circulated editorial, "In a world divided by conflict, this union reminds us all of the beauty of unity, love, and the strength found in overcoming life's challenges." For weeks after the wedding, newspapers continued to run stories about the event, from the extravagant gifts, such as a gold carriage from Queen Victoria, to the lavish reception, where attendees paid $75 per ticket just to celebrate with the couple. Their wedding was not only a grand affair, but a lasting testament to how Lavinia and Tom's love story captivated a nation and transcended societal expectations. Lavinia and Tom's marriage was not just a union of hearts, but also a partnership that elevated their careers. Together, they embarked on a whirlwind honeymoon and continued to charm audiences worldwide with their performances. Their love story seemed destined for eternity, but tragedy struck when General Tom Thumb passed away unexpectedly from a stroke. His sudden death left Lavinia heartbroken, marking the end of a chapter that had brought her so much happiness and public admiration. Despite her grief, Lavinia found companionship again years later when she married Count Primo Magri, an Italian performer with a background similar to her own. Though their union did not capture the same level of public attention as her first marriage, it allowed Lavinia to continue her career and maintain her presence in the entertainment world. Count Magri's noble title even elevated her status, making her technically a countess. Together they performed well into the 20th century, keeping Lavinia's legacy alive in the world of show business. Lavinia Warren's relationships weren't just personal milestones. They were intertwined with her public life, cementing her as a cultural icon of her time. From her grand wedding with General Tom Thumb to her second chapter with Count Magri, her love life was a blend of personal joy and public fascination, adding yet another layer to her extraordinary story. While Lavinia Warren and General Tom Thumb dazzled audiences with their talent and charm, their public life was not immune to whispers of scandal and intrigue. One of the most enduring controversies surrounding the couple involved the mysterious baby that often accompanied them during appearances. At first glance, the sight of the little performers doting on an infant delighted audiences and reinforced their image as a family. However, rumors quickly swirled about the baby's true origins, fueling speculation that would shadow their legacy. The truth behind the baby's presence was as much a reflection of Barnum's marketing genius as it was a commentary on the entertainment world of the time. The infant was, in fact, borrowed from an orphanage, a deliberate publicity stunt designed to enhance the couple's appeal and draw larger crowds. For months, Warren and Thumb played the role of doting parents, carrying the baby during shows and public appearances. Audiences adored the spectacle, never questioning the plausibility of two individuals with dwarfism having a child so different in size and appearance. But as time went on, the illusion began to crumble. Babies grow, and it wasn't long before the orphaned infant outgrew the narrative Barnum had spun. To address this, Lavinia reportedly devised an unconventional yet ingenious solution, enlisting a local orphanage in each town they toured to provide a new infant for their shows. This rotating cast of babies allowed the couple to maintain their public facade while avoiding the logistical challenges of traveling with a growing child. While this revelation might have amused some, darker theories about the baby's origins cast a shadow over the couple's image. Some speculated that the child was actually Warren and Thumb's own, but had been replaced due to its appearance or inability to captivate audiences. A more somber theory suggested that the original baby had tragically passed away, prompting the couple to continue the charade with borrowed children. These rumors painted a poignant, if unsettling, picture of the pressures the couple faced to maintain their public appeal. Adding to the intrigue, conflicting accounts emerged regarding whether Warren and Thumb had ever had a biological child. Some sources claimed they had a daughter named Minnie, who died at the age of 2. Others dismissed these reports as mere speculation. Even in General Tom Thumb's obituary, references to a child only added to the ambiguity, leaving historians and fans to debate the truth for decades. Despite the murky details, this episode highlights the lengths to which performers in the 19th century went to captivate audiences. Lavinia Warren's life, while extraordinary, was not without its complexities. The baby controversy reveals not only the pressures of fame, but also the sacrifices and strategies required to navigate the often unforgiving world of show business. This chapter of her life, both curious and controversial, adds another layer to her already remarkable story. Lavinia Warren's extraordinary life was not without its share of heartbreaking tragedies, moments that tested her resilience and left a lasting impact on her journey. One of the most harrowing incidents she faced occurred in 1883 at the Newhall House Hotel in Milwaukee. The Grand Hotel, a symbol of luxury, turned into a fiery death trap in the early hours of the morning. A raging inferno engulfed the building, forcing guests to make unimaginable choices. Many leaped to their deaths to escape the flames. Trapped on the 6th floor, Lavinia and her husband, General Tom Thumb, appeared to face the same grim fate. In a moment of both heroism and fortune, a firefighter managed to carry the petite couple to safety. Lavinia's tiny stature, which had brought her fame, once again worked to her advantage, as the firefighter was able to carry both her and Thumb down a ladder with relative ease. While they survived the fire, the experience left deep emotional scars, particularly for Thumb. The trauma of the incident weighed heavily on him, and only a few months later he suffered a fatal stroke. His sudden death devastated Lavinia, leaving her to mourn not only the loss of her husband, but also the partnership and love that had defined much of her life. The loss of her beloved sister Minnie was another tragedy that deeply shaped Lavinia's life. Minnie's death during childbirth was a stark reminder of the physical limitations imposed by their shared condition. As Minnie passed away, cradled in Lavinia's arms, the moment left an indelible mark on her heart. This profound loss reinforced Lavinia's own fears of motherhood and the potential dangers it posed to her tiny frame. Despite her love for children, Lavinia lived with the constant anxiety that giving birth might be more than her body could bear, a fear rooted in both personal experience and the memory of her sister's tragic end. After decades in the spotlight, Lavinia Warren retired to her hometown of Middleborough, Massachusetts, Seeking a quieter life, she opened an ice cream shop, a charming departure from the grand stages and glittering lights of her earlier years. Her small-town business allowed her to reconnect with her roots while remaining a beloved figure in her community. Despite stepping away from public performances, Lavinia remained a symbol of perseverance and grace, remembered for the way she transformed societal perceptions of individuals with dwarfism. Lavinia Warren's life came to a peaceful close on November 25, 1919, at the age of 78. By then, she had lived a life filled with extraordinary triumphs, heartbreaking losses, and moments that left an indelible mark on history. Her final wish spoke volumes about the depth of her love and devotion to General Tom Thumb. Lavinia requested to be buried beside her first husband, ensuring that even in death their bond would remain unbroken. This act of eternal loyalty reflected not only their love story, but also the profound impact their partnership had on her life and career. Tom Thumb's resting place is an elaborate tribute to his legacy, featuring a towering obelisk topped with a life-size statue of him, a fitting marker for a man who was as much a legend in life as he was in death. In contrast, Lavinia chose a simple gravestone for herself, engraved only with the words, "His wife." This understated memorial reveals her humility and grace, despite her immense fame and fortune. For someone who had dazzled audiences worldwide and stood at the pinnacle of 19th century entertainment, her quiet choice for a final resting place speaks to her grounded and genuine nature. When news of her passing reached the public, fans and media alike were quick to celebrate her extraordinary life. Obituaries highlighted her ability to rise above the limitations society imposed on her due to her dwarfism. Newspapers described her as an icon of resilience and a woman of remarkable strength and charm. Fans reminisced about her unforgettable performances and how her story had inspired them to see beauty in individuality. Social media of the time, letters, postcards, and personal diaries captured the grief and admiration of those who had followed her journey. Her passing marked the end of an era, and people mourned not just the entertainer, but the woman who had shown them that greatness could come in any form. Lavinia's legacy endures as a shining example of turning perceived limitations into opportunities for greatness. Where others might have seen her stature as a barrier, she embraced it as a unique gift that allowed her to connect with audiences on a deeply personal level. Her charisma, eloquence, and grace transcended physical appearance, challenging societal norms and redefining how people viewed individuals with differences. One of her most quoted remarks, "I belong to the public," perfectly encapsulates the essence of her life's work. Lavinia was not just a performer. She was a symbol of inspiration for those who felt constrained by the expectations of society. Through her journey, she taught us that true success lies in embracing who we are, finding strength in adversity, and using it to connect with the world. Even today, Lavinia Warren's story continues to resonate. Scholars and fans alike revisit her life, drawing inspiration from her courage and determination. Modern retellings of her journey celebrate her as a trailblazer who broke barriers in both the entertainment industry and public perception. While she may rest beneath a humble gravestone, her spirit shines brightly in the hearts of those who remember her. Her life was more than a tale of fame and fortune. It was a story of love, resilience, and unwavering optimism. And so Lavinia Warren's name lives on not just as a historical figure, but as a timeless reminder of the power of individuality and the enduring impact of a life well lived. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the extraordinary story of Lavinia Warren. From her early struggles to her dazzling rise as a performer and her remarkable resilience in the face of tragedy, her life is a testament to courage and determination. If you enjoyed this deep dive into her legacy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories of iconic figures who have left their mark on history. See you in the next video.